Let's do a nail together today. Let's get into it. All right, hotties, we're gonna start with this. And I'm going to be putting that ice Zai whatever polish on there with that little bit of glitter in it for a base coat. So let's start with that. I'm gonna put 2 coats of this on. It's kind of sheer, so you can put a decent coat on. Doesn't have to be super thin or anything. This bottle's almost out. Hear that for 60 seconds. Get another bottle of it. This one's pretty well gone. Alright. Gonna put a second generous layer on. Yeah, if you look this up on Temu, it's called Ice. Ice Nude, I think it said. So, let me hear that for another 60 seconds. I mean, I like this nude base. It's like a nude jelly with glitter in it so much I just keep it on my desk. I don't even put it up. This design I'm going to try and replicate. I'm going to put a picture of it in for you somewhere around here. It's by Nails by Christine, I believe. It's going to be similar to hers, but with different petals, flowers. So next I'm going to take this Cat Eye by Beetles, and I just want it at the bottom, just about right here. And then I'm also doing slightly different colors in here. I'm gonna take my ombre brush and just swipe it up. Just roughly, it doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, trying to, you know, blend it in like that. Now, magnetize it on the bottom and the top. This side over here. And this side. There you go. Cure that for 60 seconds. I'm going to use this palette to put some of my rhinestone glue on. This is thicker, so usually whatever you put down doesn't move. And I don't want it to show up because I'm about to paint that nail matte. So I want to keep it very localized to where I want it. So So, as I said, we're going to paint this matte. I'm using Beetle's matte because it is chrome resistant, because chrome is going to go on here as well. Do that for 60 seconds. Now we're going to use these pinky green ones as the centers of our flowers. And I'm going to use these, I don't know what kind of petals these are supposed to be, but they're flower petals. So I'll be using those. So now that we're all matte, let's get down to gluing on our flowers. Just give us a little bit of this thick glue. And I'm going to start with our center first. So I'm going to do a half flower here. Got our crystal katana. See, it doesn't move. That's why I like this glue. When you're doing, you know, something like this, it makes it easier for you. I'll put a petal there. Leave one there. And one right there. Again with the crystal katana. I don't know if those are sticking. No, they're sticking. Turn that petal a little more. I'll do this on there. Let me cure that. Flash cure it. Okay, it's all in place. Make sure the crystals stand. Yep. Okay. Put one, guess about right here, so we can do a whole flower on here. This time I'm going to cure that in place because I don't want it moving while I'm trying to put the petals on. There we go. Now, start with a petal right here. I guess I get around 5 or 6 of these petals on here. So I'll start with 2 and see. Okay, it looks like 5. We're going with 5. Cure that. Flash cure it. Alright. Not moving. Yeah, I think the last one will be I guess one to the side down here. No. Can't decide. I guess we'll go here. Get our glue in all 3 places. Since we know it's going to be 3. Alright. Alright, I'm going to cure that. And we're done with the floral, I think. I don't know, I think I might put one more on there. Yeah, I'll put one more on the side up on the right hand side. Or, you know what? Up in the corner. And I'll use 2 petals. So, put it right up here in the very corner. Just looks so one-sided. Go. Now we're going to fully cure it. 60 seconds. Now we're going to add our leaves. I like these leaves because they have like gold on them. So this one I'm going to have coming right here. See the kind of gold shimmer to it. Cure that in place. And the glow in the dark, the leaves. Don't know where I want the other one. Maybe here. That's too much of a curve, it won't sit on that. So I guess really only other choice is here right now. They're pretty leaves, but the only downfall is that, you know, there's a slight curve to them, but not the way you want them. You can't mold them. Go. Cure that for 60 seconds. Alright. Now the last thing we're gonna, well, next to the last thing is, this is some textured clear gel. Paint some little lines on it, and then I'm gonna hit that with gold chrome. Use this liner brush. Dip it all the way in there. I want maybe a decent amount on the end. You want this part to be thicker than what it's coming down to. Just kind of looks better that way. That's all. I'm going to go down further because it wasn't bigger at the end like I wanted. That big amount at the very tip. I'm trying. Seems like it's kind of hard to do sometimes. trying to skip it so it's at the very, there we go. Finally. I think we can fit one more in here. Come on. All right. And I'm going to cure this for 15 seconds. No, we need more over here. Sorry, it's not looking right. Another one right here. And went the wrong way. And I think another one coming down here to even this out at the bottom. Okay, now 15 seconds. I think I'm good for 20 actually. All right, 20-second cure on that. Yep, we got our gold chrome. A little grabber with the chrome thing. I've been using gold a lot lately, so I just left the same sponge on there. Alright, let's get her done. Keep in mind, anywhere that you do this chrome powder, if you want the back matte, you have to go over every single line with shiny top coat, which means you need to be pretty precise if you want it to look good. brush here and clean off the excess. See how chrome resistant that matte coat is? I love it. Get in there. All right. Now, I want the back to stay matte. So, I'm going to have to take a liner brush and go over all the gold with a shiny top coat, which I'm going to use the Beetles Hema Free. I'm going to put it on my palette. And I'm going to get to work. So I have to get it on every single one of these. I just got a regular little short liner brush. And I'm just going to go over the top of every single one of them. Try to be as, as precise as I possibly can. And since it's raised up, you gotta be extra careful. You would think using the same brush you used to do this with would make it easier, but not when it's raised up. Not for me, it isn't. Maybe for somebody else, but not me. Let's just say this wasn't matte proof, chrome proof matte. After you do this and cure the top coat, you can come back in and wipe the nail off with alcohol or acetone, whichever you prefer, and clean off the excess chrome. But this is, so I don't have to do that. See, my clear's running right there. I'll come back and get that. Alright, I've hit every one. Curing that for 60 seconds. Okay, now any part you didn't want shiny, like you see all that top coat looks a mess, you can either go ahead and just top coat the whole nail, but that's not what I want. So I'm going to do the painstaking method of taking a thicker matte coat and taking a very thin brush and go back in between there and clean that up best I can. This is not what I was going for. I should have used a thicker top coat that's shiny. Then I wouldn't have to be doing this. Another, there it is. If this doesn't work, then I guess we're gonna have us a shiny nail. I'm hoping it doesn't, you know, show so bad. Let's cure that and see what it looks like. All else fails, yes, we'll turn it shiny, but I would prefer not to. I really would. Because see, if I was doing that on my regular nails, I'd be very angry. Yes, it's a good thing it's a practice nail. Oh, my knee. Let's see what we got. Okay, you can't tell. Not bad anyways. You gotta really be up on it. But there it is. I thought it was very pretty. Of course, the one that I saw is a lot better looking, but for a first time, not too shabby. Well, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Have a wonderful day or night. Bye, hotties.